Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and thank you for tuning in again this week. This week we are going to do our weekly check-in. We're also going to talk about some medical side effect condition things that have popped up this week that are connected with the surgery, and some procedures I'm going to have to go through because of that. Let's start off by saying again, I appreciate everybody who's been watching every week. Everyone who likes and subscribes to the video and all the feedback that I get from you, I definitely appreciate that. A lot of you have reached out, told me about your own surgeries that are upcoming or just recently happened, so it's always great to get that type of information, and I appreciate hearing from all of you. We're going to talk mostly just as one big segment today. I'll skip through this into the check-in, and then we're going to talk about an upcoming surgery that I'll be having in the next few days. So we'll get right into the check-in. So this week's weekly check-in, we're going to kind of just touch into how the week went. We'll start with our numbers, like always. I lost 1 pound again this week, so that's a successful week. That puts me down, my current weight is 201 pounds. Again, that is a total loss of 230 pounds. So I am 1 pound away from hitting 200, which is very exciting. I am also 1 week away from the 1-year anniversary of my surgery. So I'm really hoping to pull that 1 pound off this next week. It would be awesome to kind of hit that 1-year goal at the same time as hitting that 200 goal. I think that'd be very, very fitting. Due to what my week is looking like, I'd say I have a better than normal chance of that. But we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so down 230 pounds, well over halfway down from my original size of 431 at the beginning of the whole process. Again, when I had this surgery, I was right around, I want to say it was 375 or 376. I'd lost like right around 60 to 65 pounds in the pre-op diet, which was a little over 3 months period of time. So that being said, if I can hit that 1 pound by next week, that means I'll be down right about 175 pounds in 12 months from the actual surgery itself, which is awesome. So 0 complaints there. I was happy to see the scale drop down. I've been averaging 1 to 2 pounds a week. I had 1 week a few weeks back where I didn't lose anything, but it's been pretty consistent at the 1 or 2 pound mark here. If you haven't watched in the past, my goal weight is currently set for 190. So I'm at 11 pounds to go till I hit goal. Next week is my 1-year check-in with my nutritionist, so we're going to look at that goal weight, see where I'm at, and then kind of make a determination on whether we need to shift that up or down. So I may not be going that far. I may be going further. Don't know yet. That information I'll probably have next Friday at that on my next video. But the main thing we're going to talk about today is, I've touched upon this a little bit the last couple weeks. A couple weeks ago, I started getting some cramping in my stomach. One day it was very, very bad. Just like someone was stabbing me in the stomach. And I laid down, it kind of went away. And I've had a few periods since then where it's gotten sore. Not as bad as that one time, but it has gotten a bit sore. And so my doctor, my bariatric doctor who did my surgery, wanted me to get an ultrasound done. Did the ultrasound, and then last week I got the results. I mentioned in the video that I'd gotten the call saying that while they thought it might be gallstones, they didn't see any stones, but they did see sludge in my gallbladder. And so that's what the nurse said she was going to talk to the doctor and call me back this week. So I got the call, was it Monday? And, was it Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. And the nurse is like, the doctor would like you to come in and talk about your sludge. She said it just like that. And I was like, well, that doesn't bode well. So I went in, I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday morning, and actually saw my surgeon. It was the first time I saw my surgeon since the week I actually had my surgery. Here's a picture of me with him For those of you who may not see that, that was just taken the other day when I got to see him. Dr. Williams is awesome, and it was great to sit and chat with him. But he came in there and just kind of wanted me to talk him through what had happened and where I felt the discomfort and pain and such. Where most of the time it's just a little bit of indigestion, a little bit of just soreness. It's not really the stabbing pain of that first time. So when I was done, he was straight up honest with me. He's like, well, when you first came in, I kind of thought it was the gallbladder. He goes, well, I don't see stones. The sludge in there lets me know that if it isn't causing this issue, it is going to cause an issue in the future. So he wants to take that out. Wants to remove my gallbladder, which is what I expected was probably going to happen. But talking to him, he said where the pain was and the discomfort, after talking to me, he's kind of changed his mind about the issue. He's concerned that where that pain is really not where the gallbladder is. What he thinks instead is that it is possible that I have a small internal hernia in my lower intestines. Now, these type of things are quite common for people who've had some weight loss surgeries. If you're not familiar, the surgery that I had was called the BPD-DS, biliary pancreatic diversion with duodenal switch, which means they basically remove 2/3 of my stomach permanently. Just go in there and they get rid of it. And then my small intestines, of which you have about 30 feet, this is where your food digests, not your stomach. Common misconception. Your small intestines where your food gets all digested and absorbed and put into your system. They cut mine up and re-ran it, so instead of using 30 feet, I'm using 3 feet. Now when they do that, they go in there and they stitch up the space so there's not any space around your intestines. What's very likely possibly happened is, as I have lost so much weight, what they stitched up was fat, and that's what was in there. That fat is dissipated. It may have caused an open space around my small intestine, room for it to move. And if it has become pinched or twisted in any way, that could be what's causing the issue. It can get bad. He referred to it as a ticking time bomb. If it was to get seriously twisted or pinched, and I get rushed into the hospital, he said it could very likely be like a 6-hour situation before, I'd have 6 hours before it would either cause serious damage or worse. And he was very concerned with leaving it any longer than we had to. So we've scheduled it for this upcoming Wednesday. I'll be going back in for surgery on the 28th of March. This is 2018. They're going to go ahead and remove the gallbladder, and while they're there, they're going to look to see if I have that hernia, because it's really hard to tell until they get in there and take a look at it. If there is a situation where there's space, they're going to re-stitch it up, so that way there is no longer any space in there. And then if there is any type of twisting or damage to the intestine, they may have to do a little work there, rerun it, or maybe remove a piece, from what I gathered. So, yay, surgery. I always knew that other surgeries could be follow-up from this, from the original one. Gallbladder issues is very common. A lot of the folks that I know in my personal life who've experienced different weight loss surgeries have experienced issues with their gallbladder, having it removed or just different medications and such. So I knew that I was at a higher risk because of that. So, yeah, going back under the knife. So not looking forward to it, of course. Never look forward to surgery. This one's a minor surgery. It's all, I can't remember the term. They go in remotely. They're not doing a big incision or anything. So he said I should be back at work within a week, 6-7 days. I'm having it on Wednesday. I'm going to try to go back to work the following Monday. That's the goal anyways. Try and do that. But, yeah, surgeries just suck. I'll be limited for what I can lift and move for the next month, which sucks because I was about to buy a lawnmower and cut my grass myself for the first time in many years. I also, had some stuff like that going on in the next month, so I'm sure that diet and such is going to be a bit limited. Now, the upside of that is the day of the surgery. Right now, I'm tentatively scheduled for 1 p.m. And I can't eat or drink anything that is not a clear liquid after midnight that day. So I'm going a large period of the day without eating. That might help me lose a little bit of weight. That might push me over that 1 pound. And I'm not sure what the dietary restrictions are going to be right after the gallbladder is removed. I guess part of that will depend on what all they have to do in my intestines. So I may end up back on liquids for just several days. So, if that happens, so be it. I expect that to probably be a pretty good weight loss week if that happens. But it just still sucks. So overall, not surprising, but slightly disappointing that I'm going to have to go back in for another procedure, financially more than anything else. Not looking forward to having to pay for this type of thing. I have insurance and all, but the copay still ends up being a bit high. But luckily, Dr. Williams, the surgeon who did my bariatric surgery, will be doing this one as well. Because the surgery that I had, the BPDDS, is rare. There's only a handful of places in the country that do it. He said that a lot of times patients who've had that surgery, if another doctor goes in to do it, they're a little uncomfortable. They're not sure because of the changes that were made. It's not a common procedure. So he prefers to do it himself. And he's going on a trip with his daughter and family in the next while. And he said he didn't want to worry about me the whole time he was gone. So we're going to go ahead and knock it out as quickly as possible. So that being said, next week's video will be post-surgery. I fully intend on putting a video out next Friday, although depending on how I feel, that may get thrown off. I did a video right after the actual bariatric surgery, so I doubt it will keep me down, although I'm told this one could be a bit more painful, after the fact, but we'll deal with it. I might be high as shit, though. Might be the most entertaining video I've ever made. Might definitely want to check on that one. I could be high as a freaking kite. But next week we will be post-surgery. Next week will be the last weekly video like this that I make. After next week, I'll be going to making these every other week. Again, just because I'm at the point where I have a little bit less to talk about. And I want to start throwing in some other things like more of the cooking videos and product review videos. Those seem to be really popular with folks. So I'm hoping to do more of that on the off weeks. So next week I'll do a video. The week after that I will not, unless something pops up special that I need to tell you about. If there's any type of development medically, or anything really awesome, kicks along weight loss, I hit a goal that maybe I wasn't expecting, I may put a video out on off weeks if that happens. If I have something specifically that I want to let you know about immediately. But overall, I should be going to every other week at that point. But other than that, I don't have much else to talk about this week. This surgery has pretty much taken up most of my time the last couple of days. I was in the hospital this morning. We had to do EKGs and stuff, and some pre-surgery tests and paperwork. And then today's Friday, so 4 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days. 5 days I have the surgery. But the big news, 201, 1 pound away from 200, which is awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing 199. I know 200 is the big number. That's where I'm shooting for next. But 199 will be crazy to see a 1 at the beginning, because I didn't think I'd ever see that again. I was in high school, probably middle school, the last time I saw 1 at the beginning of my weight. So it'll be pretty intriguing. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Be sure to check out all my stuffs. All of the links to my social media pages and websites and everything are down in the description of this video. Be sure to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And we will see you again next week. Everybody, thank you so much. Have a good week.